Hey lovelies, it's me, Serenity, just here, out of breath because I'm like, climb the roof and I climbed the ladder. You can't see, but climb the ladder to get up here so that I can get some sun and become one with the breeze and just get some fresh air. I wanted to come on here and give you guys an update on my twin flame situation. So I know in the last video I talked about me and my twin are past the blocking phase, past the abandonment phase. It started with him blocking me, which was him coming in and out of my life as he pleased, which then made me feel insecure when he would come back, and I would just be waiting for the time that he would leave because it was inevitable. And then it got to the point where I just started blocking him because I knew he was going to leave anyway. So it's like, what is the point of me getting my hopes up for the inevitable, which is him walking out the door? And that's okay. It's okay. We walk away because of fear. We walk away because of other obligations that we have to tend to. I mean, the twin is not our whole world, even though it feels like it because it's our whole heart. So it's like kind of a paradox. But it's just kind of figuring out each other and getting into the rhythm, and it's about timing as well. So I blocked my twin for the last time on Instagram. Well, I thought I blocked him, but I just deactivated it because I was just sick of waiting around for him while he was talking to other girls. And I'm just like, what? No, I'm out of here. Like, if you want to talk to other people, talk to other people. I don't have to be here. So I left. And not knowing if I would talk to him again, I was pretty anxious and pretty worried, but at the same time it was freeing to not have to be in that space of not knowing. It's just so annoying to be hanging in the balance. Like, that is the worst. And when I got back on Instagram, I noticed that he blocked me, so I couldn't talk to him. And then that's when our 5D connection started to strengthen, and then, the telepathy, I would hear what he was going to say to me before he even texted me, so it was like I knew he was going to reach out. It's just a matter of when. And it's basically when our souls need it the most is when we come into contact. And he ended up texting me, and we were in contact for a while, and then as soon as I mentioned, okay, I think we're going to be in this forever, he blocked me again. So that hurt. That did hurt. But when he contacted me a week later, I fell right back into his toxic loving embrace, or whatever you want to call it. I don't know what it is at this point. I don't have any explanations, honestly. And then we have been in contact on and off, no more than 2 days in between contact. And then he technically asked me to make a promise to him, a promise that I'm not going to leave, and I promised. And then he asked me to go like on a hike with him, to go explore the mountains and connect with nature. And naturally I agreed because Mother Nature is my sister, okay? That's my twin, honestly. Like, I flow like nature. We both do. We're all connected with source, so no separation. But naturally I agreed, and I was like, okay, I can't wait. I'm looking forward to it. And then it's like all of a sudden it just seemed like he just got comfortable because he knew that he sorry, there was a bird that scared me. It's like he just knew that he had me. He's like, okay, I got her. So whenever I'm ready, I'm just gonna tell her to come through, and she's gonna come through like she always do. Because I always do. Oh my god. Okay, so I'm just laughing at myself at this point. But anyways, okay, so he said he wanted me to come through one of these days. And I'm just sick of the open-ended dates. Like, tell me what the heck is up. I almost cursed, and I don't even curse, but I'm like, just be blunt, be straightforward. When? So I don't be waiting, wondering, expecting, hoping, wishing, praying, God, please, like, really? And we have been doing good. He's been staying in contact for, like I said, no more than 2 days in between. And then all of a sudden, we're supposed to be meeting up. Open-ended. I know I shouldn't expect anything anytime soon. Like, what's wrong with me? That's so not the right thing to do. Don't expect anything. Anyway, so then it had been a 4-day span where I'm just like not hearing from him. And I'm like, what is going on? Like, are we going to be meeting up or not? Are you going to be leaving? I don't know when you're leaving because he's a musician, so I don't know when he's in and out of the state. And then all of a sudden, I'm just feeling like I'm just another one of the friendly ports that, like, you go into this state, you got this girl. You go into that state, you got this girl. I'm like, I'm not that kind of girl. I'm not going to be someone's friendly port. I'm like your entire ocean. I'm the vast expanse of the entire universe. I'm not just a port that you can come in and out of. And unfortunately, I set myself up for that in the beginning because I knew that's what was going on. I knew it intuitively. Yes, you're busy. I understand that. Yes, you have a life. I understand that. Yes, you're trying to learn how to balance everything. I understand that. But when you're prioritizing, I don't know, it just feels like the priorities were just all over the place, and I knew that I was not the main priority. I was only the main priority when we would first initially be in contact, and he was like, oh yes, I still got her, like, she's still down, like, yeah, I knew she was gonna come back, like, yeah, no. So, it had been 4 days since I heard from him, and I was just getting really upset. I was just starting to feel like I did all those other times when he would leave, when he was just on the verge of leaving, or he was just, I felt like his energy was being pulled away from me, like it was being shared with someone else, and in an intimate way. Like, I can't explain what it was. I can't explain the details. It's more just of an intuitive knowingness as a woman, and I know that it wasn't being shared with just me. So I'm like, okay, clearly it feels like I'm getting played here. Sister girl done got played, okay? And I don't know, maybe it's karma, because I played a couple guys back in my day because they weren't acting right. Like, they didn't deserve all of my time because they weren't, but that's another story. We needed to learn to communicate, but we were too young and just figuring out what a relationship was. So I don't know, I think maybe, I'm not gonna say everybody gets played, but everything comes full circle, as my twin once said. So he be spot on sometimes, he be knowing. He be knowing when he taps into his higher wisdom. That's who be knowing, okay? Whew, okay, let me stop. Let me get out of that. But anyways, I was feeling so upset, and I was like, okay, just temper your energy here. Just calm down. Don't jump to conclusions. Don't jump over the bridge. Don't fall in the ocean and get overwhelmed by your tears and your fears, girl. Get it together. I was trying. But when I feel like an urge to say something, and I usually don't overwhelm him with my feelings. I've been holding back my feelings a lot because he told me that he gets overwhelmed and he's not able to respond at that caliber of heart at that given time. And so I heard him loud and clear, and I was trying my best to temper my energy. But I was like an explosion of emotions waiting to erupt. I was a volcano. So I ended up telling him, I can't remember verbatim, but I ended up telling him, I know that I'm not the only one. I know that you're not able to prioritize me. I know that you're not able to express your love for me or your feelings for me as I do, and so therefore we're not matching up on the level of emotional openness. And I think it's really comfortable for him because when he's in that space of receptivity, like receptivity is a sort of a feminine trait, but when he's in that space of receptivity and he just receives the unwavering, unfounded, unfathomable amount of love that I have to give, he feels secure. He feels more in his masculine than ever before. He feels in control. Sorry, I was looking at somebody else because like somebody's staring at me, but I am on top of the roof, so whatever. And I want him to feel in control, and I want him to be in his masculine, but I also am used to being in my masculine and being in control, okay? I'm trying to balance that out here. So that's when we usually bump heads. When I feel like he has too much control and I don't know what's going to happen next, I'm like, I got to get my control back. I got to say something. I got to do something to rebalance the order because things is chaotic here. So yeah, I told him all those things, and I told him that I'm not going back on my promise. I do promise to love you forever. I can never not love you. I've always loved you. I've loved you across lifetimes, across the universe, throughout all space and time, always, forever. But I can't continue to accept less than I deserve. I deserve so much more than this. And the old me back then was able to accept fractals and pieces of him because I was fractaled. I was fractured. I was in pieces. I didn't know myself. But now that I feel whole and complete in myself, I cannot accept any less than wholeness, than honesty and truth, than respect. Oh my God. It's so backwards because, my masculine wants respect, but he's not respecting the women that he's in contact with because none of them know about each other. And I forgive my masculine because when I was his age, I was doing the same thing. I was basically a masculine in a feminine body. So I get it. Because if you can do it, why not? If you can have your cake and eat it too, you could be at a buffet, like why not, But when things start to feel real, when it feels like it's not a game anymore, like I told him, like life is already an ephemeral phantasm of fleeting scenes. This life feels like a simulation. It feels like a dream. And sometimes I feel like bursting at the seams and I feel like screaming. Because I can't believe I'm here. I can't believe I'm here doing this, but I know I'm here to clear karma and to reconcile things that haven't been reconciled in the past. And I realize that everyone that I've been dating has been a reflection of me. They've been my soul. They are my soul. And so I'm healing so much and clearing so much in this lifetime. And I'm so grateful for my twin. No matter what happens, no matter what we go through, but I will stand up for myself and I will speak my truth. And I'm not going to hold my tongue anymore because I deserve more. And I will accept no less. And it was really hard for me to tell him how I felt. It was really hard for me to set up that boundary. It was really hard for me to vocalize my worth, to know my worth. Know yourself, know your worth. Thank you, Drake. He already know. Now I know. Now I know. Now I embody it. It's not just a knowingness. I'm embodying it because I deserve it. I'm worthy of so much, and if I don't align with it, I won't receive it. I'm gonna get it, no matter what. I'm keeping my heart open and receptive to all that is destined for me. And if it's not with my twin in this life, so be it. I told him, okay, we have forever. So if it's not now, it'll be in another life, or it'll just be in my imagination until it's time for it to come into fruition in this life. And I didn't think he would respond, but on a much broader, grander scale, I knew he would respond, because he always responds when I'm about to leave. Like, why are you responding so late? Like, why can't you respond when it's everything's cool. Like, when the water is cool, why can't you? No? Nothing? No? Okay. Just radio silence. Just the echo of my own soul. I don't hear nothing. So, when he did respond, it's just like, he just told me stop, in all capitals. Just stop. It's like he just wants me to stop opening the door for him to come in and then closing it. And I want him to stop bringing me into his life, becoming comfortable, and then thinking he can just leave and take me for granted and think I'm just supposed to be here whenever he feels like coming back. And I want him to stop sharing his energy with everyone else, every other woman that he wants to plant his seed in, and then thinking he can come plant his seed in my garden. My garden is sacred, okay? This love is sacred. We can't let nothing forsake this, okay? But I know it's all going to be in a matter of time. And I am humbled by the experience still. And I am grateful. And I feel like we are now in a space of reconciliation and forgiveness. And coming to terms with our own truths and our own worth. And not seeking to have the other validate each other, because that's when it becomes toxic as you know what. HE double hockey sticks. When you start trying to seek validation outside of yourself, and then that something outside of yourself in the external world disappears, vanquishes, doesn't live up to what you expected, then that's when your insides start to crumble, and then you start to suffer. We make ourselves suffer because we want something from somebody to fill the void in ourselves, and we need to figure it out and fill up that void with things that we love. And then once that falls into place, then you attract wholeness and love outside of yourself, but it's already in yourself, so you don't need it. You're not desperate for it. It just aligns with you because that's the level that the vibration that you're resonating in. So, irregardless, so he said stop twice, and then he said leave. And before he said leave, I heard in my head, in my heart, before I even looked at the text message, I heard him say leave. That's what you always do, just leave. And it's almost like he's talking to himself, because that's what he always do. He just leaves. So we both just leaving. But you know what's special about this time? I could cry. Like, we are making some progress, regardless of what's going on the outside, okay? Underneath the scene, supernatural things are going on, okay? Because my ego wanted to block him, okay? I wanted to block him so bad. I'm like, I don't want to deal with him. I don't want to worry about hearing from him. I don't want to feel anxious anymore. But the point is, I'm making myself feel anxious, so I need to work that out within myself. And so I did not block him, because a part of me wants to hear what he has to say. Because I know that blocking him is not the answer. Blocking leads to more frustration. I mean, it does help us connect more in 5D, which is like a beautiful experience. But it's time to move on from that. Like, the blocking stuff, no. So it's no more. Because I didn't block him. And when I responded to him, which I wasn't going to, but when I feel it in my heart to say something, I told him specifically, I've never wanted to stay anywhere with anyone ever. I've never felt the desire to, but with you, I would like to stay, but I need to feel safe. I've never felt safe in my life with a man. I've never felt safe I've never felt safe. I need to feel safe. And I know he needs to feel safe too. And I want to give each other as much room and space as we need to feel safe within ourselves, within our own heart space, so that we can feel safe with each other. And I know it's going to take time. Through loving each other, we needed time. Can I hit it like that? Like this? Like that? You know. Can I touch it like that? Like this, like that? Remember that. Oh, when it feels like that. Oneness. I love that song because it depicts what be going on in my twin flame relationship. Through loving each other, we needed time to figure it all out. As with anything, to figure out yourself, to figure out life, we need time, even though time is an abstraction. Ooh, life is such a paradox. In any event, I don't know what's gonna happen next. And I think that's been one of the most challenging parts of my awakening, ascension, transcendence process, is coming to terms with the unknown and the unknowable, and just really melding with the flow, becoming a deepening into oneness with the flow of that which is at any given moment, and just surrendering to it fully. And I think with each phase we go through, I gain a deeper understanding of what that truly means, and everything's unfolding quite beautifully. I'm not focused on anything negative. I can't. I'm only focused on the positive. I'm aligning with optimism, and I'm keeping hope alive, baby. Infinite water is diving deep. I don't know why I wanted to say that. But I hope you guys are having a beautiful day in every which way. Keep hope alive inside. Even when the outside looks like everything's falling apart, know that there is some kind of order being orchestrated deep within. It's like that quote, even within the chaos, deep inside, there's an underlying force of order. And even deeper still within the order, there's chaos, but then even deeper still, there's order. So it goes hand in hand. You just take the good with the bad, even though the good and the bad are only different in seeming. So it just is what it is. Blessed be everybody on your spiritual awakening journey, on this endless winding road home. Blessed be.